Hi guys, welcome to Samba Souk. We have a very special guest, as usual. I always start with this sentence, but it is really special because I have here Vincent Vandamme. He is the COO and co-founder of Agricells. It's a biotech company. He has a lot of experience in pharma, and they're building a company on asteroids because not only it's about sustainable agriculture with biostimulants, but also the whole experience that makes it so rich, and we're going to learn all about it today. So, Vincent, thank you so much.
No, my pleasure.
For people that don't speak French, it's Vincent, right?
Yes, Vincent, yes. Vincent in French. But
yeah,
okay.
But I want to get into the local scene. So.
Okay.
So I'd love you to tell us more about how you started back in 2020. I know that it's not easy to build any company, especially when it's involved in technology, biotech, and bold visions usually require bold capital. So I know that you raised from the very start 2 million euros. Just guide us through this journey when you started.
Okay. First, I wanted to mention, this was the first question, by the way, about I'm Belgian, and I would like to say that quite proud to be Belgian because it's a good country and we have many opportunities, many universities, and a very good quality of life. And I think Belgium is a good place to be.
Yes.
And I will come back on that about.
And I am enjoying my time here. That's true.
So some advertising, but okay.
Yes.
And you mentioned as well that I was possibly raised by science. I would say yes, science, patient as well. And people, but I will come back on that. That is only a short introduction.
Yeah.
Then to come back to the start of the story, we are two co-founders, by the way. Maxence is my associate and myself, and we met us when I was working for a big pharma company. You mentioned that I was in the pharma, I was in the biopharma. I will come back as well on that.
Okay.
And we met us at this time, and we know each other. Not in this context of Agricells, but we learn each other and so on. He was consultant, I was in a big pharma, as I mentioned. And one time we say, okay, we have very similar approach about the business, about the industry and so on. And he told me, okay, one time we can do something together. That it was before 2020.
Yeah.
And in 2020 he came back to me saying, perhaps I have something interesting. And he showed me some bacteria, and for me, I was with a background, industry background and scientific background to say, what do you think about that? That could be a good idea to start something there. Mm-hmm. And then it was in 2020, we created the company in February 2020. And in the meantime, we start to prepare like a business plan, because we estimate that the money we need is 2 million in order to build and to deliver, I would say, our proof of concept.
Wow. And because biotech, you require a lot of capital to bring that prototypes or proof of concept, yeah. Exactly.
Then we start to build, to do market analysis in Europe, outside Europe, to learn about, because we are not used, I'm pharmacist, I'm not agronomist, but and again, it's very similar, but nevertheless, we did not know he was commercial in pharma, not commercial, my associate in this field. Then it was for us an opportunity to build this business plan and to move forward, looking to have money, I would say, to start this story. And what we did, and it was not so easy. In one way it was easy, in another hand it was not easy. It was not easy because in private equity, for very early seed, it's not easy.
Yeah.
And we had the chance to have a good network with people believing in us, and more family office, people from big companies investing money in private, but investing money as an equity for us.
Yeah, and this is across the world because initially you get people that know you because you bring the validation of the success of what you're building, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, if you go institutionally, it's always very hard in the beginning.
Very hard in the beginning, exactly. And then, but the advantage, I mentioned Belgium or Europe, but specifically in Belgium, there's many big companies in Belgium, it's not by chance, it's because we have some incentive. And when you have one from private in Belgium, you have investment of public fund.
Yeah.
Meaning that you have 1 million,
you match
receive
one by one.
Yeah, one by one. And that is very interesting beside the non-dilutive grants that we could have. Then that it means that the most difficult was to find the private piece, but when the private piece was found, directly there was a support from the states.
Out of the 2 million, 1 million came from your network and 1 million matched by the government.
Yes, correct. Correct.
Very nice.
Without to consider the non-dilutive grants, that is in addition.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Then that is really the three pillars that we have in Belgium, you know.
And how did you feel to get this money and having now the honor of delivering and multiplying it for investors? How was the initial days for you in the sense?
There was some pressure, obviously, you know, pressure, but in the meantime, we are experienced, you know, and we always pressure even from our company. It was for our own. And we got the trust from the shareholders, sometimes from friends. Then that is something, because in the private family investing, there were some friends as well. Yeah. Then it was like some pressure.
As usual, right?
But we are very clear and very transparent. It's one of the value of our company to be very transparent. You say it's very risky. It's the first proof of concept, and I will come back later on that. Yeah. But we did 2 other fundraising later. But the first one, this very first one, everybody knew that there is a risk, and the risk is there. Yeah. But they knew as well that we will do all our best, Maxos and myself, to succeed.
Yeah. And being European, being Belgian, it helps a lot because you planned everything. I'm sure it was very robust. In Latin America, we go more like improvising towards the end, so that helps a lot.
That is something as well I like. Yeah. I think some question later, but the way to build and to manage systems, you know.
Yeah.
And to have like ISO systems, you know, to have very clear project management, you know. That is, for me, it's important as well.
And, you know, personally, I've seen a lot of biostimulant businesses in different markets.
Yeah.
And at some point, the more people coming, you're going to have only a few of them prevailing. And I can see that you guys are leading this space, not only with the initial funding, but then you had 3.5 million euros in 2023, something like that.
And 2.3 in 2025.
Yeah, that's amazing. Congrats. Well, great. Fresh news then. Yeah. So, you know, what would you say to companies that are entering markets that can be crowded eventually or not? And what is your edge, actually? If you have so many, I don't know how many, but if you have companies coming in a niche market, let's say, I don't know if you consider that niche as well, how do you stand out?
Yeah. But first, you mentioned that biostimulant is a growth market, I would say, a growth space. Yes and no. Because the market is increasing, more players, but the market is growing.
Yeah.
That for me, it's right. Second thing for Agrisels, that is important to mention, we are not doing only biostimulants. We are doing biocontrol product development as well.
Okay.
Then we have on the market for the moment only biostimulant products, but we are in the pipeline. In the pipeline we have 5 products. 2 biostimulant products, new generation, and 3 biocontrol. We are speaking about biofungicide, bioinsecticide, and bionematicides product. Then, meaning that the business model that we have in Agrisels is not only biostimulant market, but as well biocontrol and mainly R&D. You know, then we have a plan, all the money we have for the moment.
So you will become like biosolutions, let's say.
Exactly, like creating a platform, a technology platform, you know, able to develop end-to-end development, production, scaling up, and commercial activities.
Got it.
That is really what we want to do. First with biostimulant for different reasons, but very early, specifically in Brazil, you are coming from Brazil, about the bionematicides and biofungicide product.
Very interesting.
And what we have, and that is linked with the recommendation about to succeed, I would say, first thing, nevertheless, is a good product.
Yeah, yeah.
And that we had the chance that with a specific microorganism, to have a very good genetic product, you know.
Yeah.
That when we did more than 70 trials over Europe on 8 different crops, you know, and we show quite amazing results in terms of yield increase and better quality of the crops. That is something important as well, because
Exactly.
you can have a biostimulant.
You
that
have
want
the
to
validation, so
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it makes it easier
It's
for
like
you.
clinical trials, you know,
Yeah.
in pharma, if you do the correlation, you know, and that is why we did such trial, proving the real efficacy of our product, our first product. And in the meantime, that for me is very key. The second thing very important for me, you know, is to build a company. We start 2, we are now 15, and to have a good team. I mentioned before, you know, patient and people.
Yeah.
You know, during my career in pharma, I mainly in my career it was to extend the manufacturing footprint, in the world. It was in Asia, it was in US, and then for me it's impossible without patient and people.
Yeah.
And that for me, people is the key thing as well. To have the right people and the right partner. Because I mentioned from 2 to 15, it's a small, very international. We have colleagues in Brazil, colleagues in US, colleagues in Spain, in Italy, in Belgium, in France. But even 15 is very, very, very low numbers. Then we need as well good partnership. And that's what we created as well.
You're in the long run, you have to cope well with each other.
And we have university collaborating with us. I'm pretty sure the term of partners collaborating with us, partnership with us. Universities, private companies, you know, subcontractors, you know, for production as well. You know, that is something for me important to come back to your question, how to find the right space to succeed. Then product, that for sure.
Yeah.
People,
And
talent, you know. Yeah.
And coming to this point, you mentioned a lot about the product, so that gives you the validation to raise funds, to grow, to do all of these things. Now, what have you learned in Europe here in terms of fundraising? Is the market conservative? Because you are in innovation, so you should not expect conservative mindset, but how is it? What did you learn here?
For the early seed specifically, it's quite conservative. If you are looking for venture capital or equity when you have already 1 or 2 millions in terms of sales, you know, when you have already did the proof of concept, that is easier. But really from the early stage, the early seed fundraising is not easy to find. It's conservative for me. But hopefully, I mentioned before, we have public funds as well, helping us a lot. Yeah.
And you found different in terms of government funds and private funds here in Europe. What did you learn from raising from these 2 types of funding? Or there's not big difference, the process was the same? No,
it was more difficult to find in terms of private equity.
Private.
Because directly that you are covered with a private equity, the public funds will follow quite easily.
True.
That is what I saw.
Yeah, got it.
And by my experience, I think that in US, okay, but we are based in Europe, they are more risky. Less conservative, I would say, in US than we are in Europe.
Yeah, they bet more initially,
They bet
right?
more, yes. Yeah, because, yes, they are more risking, I would say.
They take risks.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. And I saw a sentence in your website, I guess. I hope it was in the website, but I wrote here that Agricells blends ancestral wisdom with innovation. I loved it. It's such a poetic sentence, you know, it's very, very strong. But how do you show investors or stakeholders in general that more than just science being beautiful is actually scalable, it's profitable, especially in the beginning when you were in the R&D, like so heavily on R&D?
Yeah, but first on the wording, on the sentence, you mentioned ancestral wisdom with innovation. You know, I think we need both. Well, I was working for big pharma company, very ancestral, from you know, and you have startup very innovative. I think the best when I was working myself, you know, in big pharma, people told me, oh, you are too innovative, you are too entrepreneurial in the big pharma. When I was in smaller one, you know, telling me, oh, you are working like it for big pharma. But I think that in the merge between the two is the right recipe for me.
Which one you like the most? For your as your personality, which one you like the most?
Both.
Okay.
I think I like both. I think that we need to have the good recipe, the good merge between this experience and wisdom, but with as well innovation. And depending of the I would say the department, depending of the work. When you have a guy working for us in R&D, you cannot be saying, okay, you need to do like that in this frame, like that. No, you need to let the research, you know, to be innovative. But when you are in the commercial activities, you know, when you are to manufacture, you have to prepare the production, blah blah. You
it's need to be very different skill set.
Exactly, different skill set. You need to be very organized.
Yeah.
You know, right first time. You know, and that is not the same profile of people.
Yeah, that's true.
But the two are important. And the second point about the investor, obviously, is to show that the proof of concept, the first fundraising when we did the proof of concept, is to show that we are able to do end-to-end. Then we are able to do research, but not only to do research for research
but also
and science,
commercialize it.
but to produce at the right cost, because there is no business if you have not the right cost, of production, the costs, of production, that to have the right cost, and after that to be able to commercialize our product. That I think is what we convince investor, and we are at the beginning of our story. It's only the fifth year that we are starting. But
so you cross the valley of death, as they say, right?
Exactly.
Because it's usually 4 years, so now you're in the fifth and onwards.
I think we are in the tipping point, nevertheless.
Yeah.
Today, because we succeed what we did, is right, 3 fundraising and so on. But now we are in the tipping point in the sense of sales are coming. In the meantime, the results of our R&D are coming as well. Then we are really in a crossing way, to take the right decision.
True.
And sometimes we have doubt. Yes, that is, we say, okay, will it work? Not, but we need to be able quite quickly, and we are doing that to reorient, our research, or to reorient our business.
Yeah.
That is flexibility, agility. Agility is important.
What is it in your business that impresses people the most when they get to know your lab, your products?
The speed, what you achieved. That
Interesting.
The speed. I come back again to the patient, but patient of our people. Then when we met the investor or stakeholder are meeting us.
And here in Sambasouk, we always cover, one of the thematics that we cover is international expansion. And I know you're going to talk later about Brazil, but what are the challenges that you face in expanding overseas? And if you had to adapt your products or change completely, or any bottlenecks that you found?
Yeah, but I think what is important first, it's is to understand the market. Meaning that the expectation of the market in Brazil, I take the Brazil, but in US or in Africa, is not the same that in Europe.
Exactly.
Then it means that, let's take again the example of Brazil, that they're really looking for good product regarding bionematicides, because there is a lot of nematodes, creating problems in Brazil. Not the case at all in Europe, except in the south of Europe, Then in terms of market as well, we need to customize and to segment our business according to expectation from the market. Then our research is based on that as well. Then we have product that we know that there will be more for South America, other product will be for Europe, other product for US.
So you do take the approach of adapting to each market instead of having a replicable model?
I think the replicable model is there about our Agrisels methodology. But in terms of the type of product, then the methodology that we will do will be the same.
Yeah.
In Brazil, in US, we have partner there, we have collaboration there, local collaboration, like we have local in Europe. In terms of methodology, Agrisels, it will be the same. In terms of type of product, that we will need to adapt.
And for this methodology to replicate and scale, do you think that your pharma experience influence in the way that you conduct things at Agricells?
Yeah. You mentioned that I work for big pharma companies, but I work for biopharma companies. Then all my career I did biologics. And then what we are doing in Agrisels today is exactly what I did in pharma, but not the same finality. You know, not for human.
Yeah.
But we are speaking about biofermentation, we are speaking about biologics, we are speaking about cell culture.
So it's your field already, right?
Exactly.
Kind of.
That obviously in terms of science, it's help. In terms of international as well, my associate and myself, Maxence and myself, we have a very good experience in international. I was, personally in my career, I had sites in Brazil, in US, in Canada, in India, in Singapore, in Japan, in Russia, in France, in Belgium.
Wow.
Then meaning that, okay, we have
You
a
are
good
the perfect person for this podcast.
No, but it means that I have a huge experience in terms of, and I come back to the people and patient, but people is why in US, in Brazil, we need Brazilian, in US, we need citizen from US, you know, the right people in the right country.
Yes.
And you know, and we can duplicate the company mindset, but we need local people.
Yeah.
Each country is different.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we need to understand this cultural difference and to see the diversity. I would say it's not blah blah. I really think about that diversity has an advantage.
You need local people. These local people know how to navigate.
Exactly.
Ideally, you have a combination of both because you bring your culture as well, but you know, you always can train, people, and I totally agree with what you said.
Yeah. It's exactly what we did in pharma as well, in biopharma, huh? And we support some global people. Global, I mean, some people from the company to help local,
Yes.
to help in terms of alignment and so on.
Yeah.
But it's for local to navigate and to understand,
Exactly.
to guide us how to succeed in the country.
Yeah, and talking about timing, there is this research, and actually became a TED Talk at some point, long time ago, from an incubator in Silicon Valley. They researched the top 500 companies and the startups of their portfolio, and they saw that there are a few factors for either success or failure of companies, and the top factor was timing. But now my question to you is, like, you started in 2020, which for many people that was such a risky bet. So did you think it was the right time to start in 2020, pandemic thing?
But based on what we achieved, yes. But you know,
Yeah.
I know that it was a pandemic and so on, but you know, it's never the good timing. You know,
Yeah.
you can discuss, you can argue, okay, no, don't do it now. Okay, I fully agree that timing is important, but you know, at one point in time you need to move forward.
Yeah.
For us, it was 2020. Could be 2025, but it was 2020. It was as it was.
Yeah.
Then we decided, let's move on.
Yeah,
and
true.
let's try to do it. In terms of timing, another thing is important. I just discussed yesterday with my associate is as well in terms of new product. That is another discussion. To propose a product, you need as well to have the right timing for the market. That is something important as well. It's why I told you before, what is important in terms of expansion is to have the right view on the market needs and to adapt.
Yeah.
Okay, what we want to have the right timing with the right product expected in the country.
That's true.
Then timing, there is different dimension, the timing. But we were very happy to start in 2020 and okay.
And I'll tell you something funny on our side. So when I started bridging Brazil and Middle East at that time, I wanted to talk about innovation, technology, products that are so interesting. And all I heard was chicken and sugar. We want to buy chicken, we want to buy sugar. So I felt like maybe I'm too early doing this, but you have to take the leap. You have to start if you have exactly this clear vision. Yeah. And nowadays, we have a lot more things happening between markets, and we can even expand, so dealing with Europe here, you know, so that's totally true.
Yeah, and something is important as well, I remember, no, it's that there was like a momentum 5 years ago, at least in Europe, with the regulation.
Yeah.
You know, I will not speak about regulation in pharma, but the regulation getting worse in terms of pesticides and so on in Europe, at least. I'm speaking for Europe now.
Yeah.
Getting worse. And I would say the awareness of the people, of community, that we need to stop to eat pesticides and things like that. And it means that in terms of timing for such type of bioproduct was quite a good moment, a good timing 5 years ago.
Yeah, the topic is
It
alive.
was, it was burning, yes, it was on burning platform, you know, and then it was a good momentum, but not all, in all countries, you know, where chemicals are still more used. But nevertheless, that was a good timing, I think, as well, to think about a new type of products, bioproduct in terms of in the agriculture. And by the way, I did a comparison with pharma again, but 30 years ago when I started, you know, my career in pharma industry, you know, it was only chemicals. The biologics appearing late in 80s, 90s, you know, appearing, you know, but it was chemicals, and even today, you know, in many countries, it's still chemicals.
And there is some resistance, right, to have this mindset shift.
In agriculture, this resistance is for different reasons. You know, because you can imagine, I cannot go too deep dive too much.
I know.
But it was in the other end, it was a good product, very with good efficacy, very efficient,
so
very easy to produce, you know, a low cost. Then it was for me. It was making sense, you know, to do chemicals. Then now we have other angle that we are looking. Then.
But this is a good hook for my next question. You, in this journey, you had many ups and downs for sure. What is a story that you can share with us in this journey that shows the resilience, the great? Because we are also about the resilient journeys of founders. So you have anything that you could share with us? Whatever you can share.
No, of course. No. We are very terrible, very good communication and a relation with my associate and myself. But you know, what I mentioned before, we need, I don't know if I have a story in mind, but perhaps, yes, I have one, but it's very important to be able to reconsider some decision, to be aligned together with my associate, with the team as well. The team is very involved. To be aligned, you know, and reconsider if we miss something, if we need to do in another way. You know, that for me is very important. I'm repeating what I told before, and obviously you have up and down. You know, and I just mentioned we are in a tipping point today because we are looking for a bigger in 2 years, a bigger fundraising, and we are entering another type of fundraising with venture capital and so on. Then,
and it's not easy to accept that you have to reconsider and then do the work to reconsider.
It's not easy, but you have to do.
Yes.
If you don't do, you go to a wall. I cannot say an example in a previous pharma company I work, but in R&D...
we don't want problems.
No. But you know, do R&D and the guy in charge of R&D move into the wall, you know, and at one point of time you need to consider, okay, you did not take the right direction, it's time to reconsider the direction and to do another way.
Exactly.
And that is very, for me, one of the key of the success is to be able and to accept to listen. To listen in one hand, you know, you are the boss, you know, to listen, but in the other hand to decide after listening.
Yeah.
And that for me, it's
amazing. So we're reaching the end, but I have a question about Brazil because you went there during the Royal Mission last November in 2024. So what were your impressions about Brazil, about the market, and about us?
You know, to be frank, I have been 3-4 times in Brazil. I cannot say, and in Rio and Sao Paulo, I cannot say that I know Brazil.
Yeah,
you know,
like fully.
I discover Brazil. No, I think its people are very loyal. You know, as you mentioned before, it's not perhaps me or as a European mindset or German mindset, I would say, or Swiss mindset, you know, rigorous and so on. And I think it's important in Brazil to know each other, to do business, to take time.
To get to know each other,
to know each other. And we have someone helping us in Brazil, Joelson, today, since 1 year now.
Great.
And it's building relationship. It's you know, American in 1 hour, he hug you, oh, my friend, and so on. That is totally different in Brazil. But it's more loyal for me, more solid. And very, very good experience. Often, the people I met, quite humble, you know, and not speaking so easily if you don't know them, you know, taking time to
like not opening up so easily, you mean?
And respectful, meaning that, you know, American is a disagreement with you, okay, that's okay.
Yeah, got it.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
We're very sensitive in how we're going to address
Exactly.
something so you're not feeling bad.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I can feel that because, you know, I'm Brazilian.
In my wording is respectful as well.
Yes.
You know, that
like
not to shock or not to be
very
too...
kind,
Yeah.
polite. And
Yes.
Okay.
That it's,
which is sometimes is great. Sometimes you need just to say it straight away, right? So it's always good having a balance.
You know, I mentioned before the right person at the right place. When I was recruiting site director in different sites over the world, depend the momentum. You know, sometimes you need someone very sharp.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need someone very kind.
Exactly.
And the best
navigate accordingly.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good.
Exactly that.
And to finish in Samba Souk style, if you could choose a product inspired by Brazil, what would be the name? What would it do? What would it be for Agricells?
Yeah, I think that you mentioned in the question that it was full of rhythm.
Yes, because we are about markets that move.
Yeah.
So markets that are vibrant, and we connect Brazil and other markets with the world. So vibrant markets are everywhere. So something that is like full of energy.
I will finish by what I'm starting, you know, is Patient. Perhaps the good name would be Patient as a flagship, you know.
Yeah.
Patient product, you know, as a name, because Patient is a rhythm in Patient, you know, is respectful. In Patient where you are passionate, you are resilient as well.
Yeah.
You know, then I think it could be a good flagship for.
I love it.
For a nice name in Brazil.
Yes,
Patient.
I'm going to advocate this product when it's out.
And Patient first.
Yes, yeah, that's amazing.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Vincent.
Thanks
it
a lot.
was
Was a
amazing.
pleasure.
It's
Pleasure
so
for
nice
me.
to talk to you. I could stay another half an hour, but we can't. But that was great. Thank you so much.
All the best. Thank you very much.